Hey, quick question here, folks. Why aren't these Bain whistleblowers on CNN telling the tale of Romney not paying any taxes? At least when the Democrats went after Herman Cain, they at least dragged some women up there to claim that he had done some stuff. If these whistleblowers are calling Harry Reid, why aren't they on television? Why haven't they come forth? Let us see who they are and show us how it is they know that Romney hasn't paid the taxes for 10 years. You know, like little Dick Gephardt, Dingy Harry has a habit of making up people to suit his needs. During the amnesty debate, illegal immigration amnesty debate 2007, Harry Reid told everybody, you might remember this, he told everybody about a phone call that he got from one of his constituents who wanted amnesty to be passed. Dingy Harry said that the guy's name was Tommy. And there are a lot of people said, well, bring Tommy forward. Who is this Tommy? You said Tommy called you and wants amnesty passed. Let's hear from Tommy. And Tommy never came forward because Tommy never existed outside of Harry Reid's fevered imagination any more than this number of people exist. This is a common tactic. Dingy Harry knows. In fact, he said, I don't think the burden to prove this is on me. The burden should be on Romney. He's the one I've alleged hasn't paid any taxes. Why didn't he release his tax returns? Now, what Dingy Harry knows is the media is going to pick it right up. And they may give it some time, but they'll be in on this. It won't be long before we'll see a story that Romney has remained suspiciously silent on the allegation. Harry Reid is charged that Romney didn't pay taxes for 10 years, and surprisingly, Romney hasn't refuted the charge. You watch, it'll happen. It's a technique. We parodied this back during the Lewinsky scandal with Clinton. You had Carville and Stephanopoulos and the whole war room crowd out accusing Ken Starr of some of the most vile stuff in the world. And then Ken Starr would go on television and they would ask him about these accusations. So we did a parody of it.
Good evening and welcome to Larry King Alive. Our topic tonight is Ken Starr out of control? In our Little Rock studios, special counsel Ken Starr.
Good evening, Larry.
And in our Washington studios, Clinton advisor and former campaign manager James Carville.
Hi, Larry. I'm just glad you gave me a chance to show America what a madman, vicious dog Ken Starr really is. He's a twisted, evil man, Larry, and I know when American people...
Yeah, thank you, James, but let's hear from Ken Starr first. Ken, are you a madman?
Larry, let me just say that I only want to
destroy the president, cause he's crazy. He's so crazy with tobacco money he's lost his mind. You can hear it in his voice. He not only wants to destroy the president, he wants to kill all your children. He wants your babies dead. He's been giving cartons of cigarettes to every kindergarten in America, and he ain't gonna stop till all your babies are smoking like Joe Camel.
Ken, why would you give cigarettes to 5-year-olds?
Larry, I never
You see, he just said he never didn't give no cigarettes to your babies. And he also been running around showing your babies how to play with matches. Because he's been taking all kind of money from them flip-your-big, zippo-line and match people because he's a madman, Larry. A killer who wants the president and all y'all babies dead. And you know what else? Ken Starr's a space alien. He ain't even a real man. He's from Mars, that's right. A madman from Mars, and they're invading the planet. He flies around in a spaceship handing out cigarettes made by little green men to kill your babies and destroy our president.
Pretty serious charges, Ken Starr. Are you an alien?
Honestly, Larry,
Larry, you can't trust a madman marching out to kill your babies with cigarettes and matches and destroy our president, the most moral man in America. It's a war, Larry. It's a war. Bill Clinton against the invaders from Mars, trying to kill you with secondhand smoke from your kindergartners who then burn down your house playing with matches and lighters as Ken Starr flies around in a spaceship. That's it, Larry. That's a plan to get us and our president.
Quite a compelling argument. Well, we're out of time. Now, tomorrow night, our show will feature a completely different subject. A psychic who says that Ken Starr is using mental vibrations to keep Susan McDougal awake at night. See you then.
It's in their playbook. It's what they do. You know, Harry Reid starting to sound like an angry old white man. He's sounding deranged. You know, imaginary friends don't make good TV. You can't show them. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard that Harry Reid's the butt boy of some of the mafia dons that he works for in Las Vegas? Have you heard that? Have you heard about some of the shady real estate deals that Harry Reid... The LA Times had the story that we talked about way back in the 90s. And I think it's up to Harry Reid to prove it isn't true. Remember the phony soldier episode with Harry Reid? Carrying forth a lie that I was denigrating genuine military hero. Grab that parody. We had a parody of this with The Letter. Remember the song with the box tops? Let me know when you have that one. I'll tell you what ought to be happening here. IRS agents should be interrogating Harry Reid to determine who it is that supposedly leaked confidential tax information about a private citizen to him. And Harry Reid, having disclosed publicly what he was told, should be investigated as well for passing such information on to the public. This is a felony, what Harry Reid is doing. So if anybody needs to be investigated here, it's Harry Reid. IRS agents ought to be talking to him and try to figure out who leaked. You know, who is this guy from Bain that's calling Harry Reid? Who are these people? And then he publicly disclosed what he was told. And he doesn't know if it's true. He's demanding that Romney prove it. So Harry Reid's admitting he doesn't know if it's true. If anybody should be investigated by government agents, it's Harry Reid. Harry Reid's a public official. In fact, this despicable little man has great power over the IRS and tax laws. And he appears to be using his position, this powerful position, to disclose confidential tax information. Now, the information need not be accurate, but the attempt to do such a thing would seem to be problematic enough. If he actually has information about a private citizen's tax returns and is peddling it in public, he needs to be questioned by the IRS and the FBI, because what he's doing is a felony. This is not allowable under law. And just because it's a political campaign does not excuse it, does not give him the opportunity to do this outside the law. Romney hadn't violated the law. Nobody has a serious allegation of this. And all they want, they are trying to pressure Romney. I tell you what they're really trying to do. They're trying to get to the Republican establishment and the cowardly consultants to go to Romney and say, look, this is piling up. I know there's nothing there, but you gotta release these records. You've got to stop this. You've got to turn this off. That's how they think. That's how they operate. He'd probably have some people telling him that now. Just like, what was it recent? Oh, it was about this 3 weeks ago. All of the conservative intellectuals and intelligentsia started getting in line. He should release the tax record just because the Democrats want them. Just because the Obama campaign said, yep, just release those records and the story goes away. That's what they all told us, the smart ones in the room. And so I guarantee you, he's got some people advising him. Mitt, you got to shut this down. You got to get. Mitt, there's nothing there. Let him have them. And that's precisely the point. There's nothing there. That's not going to stop them. All that's going to do is give more life to this thing in ways that it will never have life if they don't release them. There is no upside to releasing those tax returns. Not now. Not with what's going on. What needs to happen is the focus needs to shift to Harry Reid and his questionable legal behavior here. If anybody deserves to be investigated, it is Harry Reid for what he's doing and how he's doing it. Here is the parody that we did with Harry Reid. This is our white comedian Paul Shanklin with the vocal portrayal.
Give me an aspirin for this migraine, and I won't care what Media Matters says again. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. How could I know it would make Limbaugh's day? I just wanted to lean a little bit on Mark May. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. Well, I wrote him a letter, said I shouldn't be on the radio, no. Then he auctioned it for charity, made a fool of me, and he raised a lot of dough. Anyway, yeah, give me an aspirin for this migraine, and I won't care what Media Matters says again. Reputation's gone, they hate me back at home. I shouldn't have written the letter. I shouldn't have written the letter. I shouldn't.
What was the letter? For those of you that weren't here, Harry Reid sent a letter to the then CEO of Clear Channel Communications demanding that I be made to apologize for insulting the heroes of the United States of America who wear the military uniform over a trumped-up mischaracterization of what I had said by Media Matters regarding a genuine phony soldier. And what we did, we took that letter and we put it on eBay up for auction as a great illustration of the power of government. I had the United States government lined up against me, led by Harry Reid. Certainly accurate to say the Senate of the United States. And he had every Democrat sign this letter. Not one Republican signed it. I had the entire United States Senate trying to get me off the air, lined up against me. And I remember saying at the time, gosh, I wish my father were alive. We would not believe this. And he'd be livid. So we put that letter up for auction on eBay. And I said, I'll match whatever we get, because it's a clear illustration of where the country's headed, the overreach of federal government, denial of First Amendment, everything that's all wrapped up in that. And we ended up raising $4.2 million for the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, which is who we sponsor at 2ifbyt.com. Greatest tea in the country, by the way. 4.2. It was 2.1. I matched it. $4.2 million total. And when it was all over, Harry Reid went back to the floor of the Senate and tried to take credit for it. Quick timeout. Back after this. Don't go away.